Good afternoon, evening, morning, whatever time it is you're watching this, folks. It's Overdrinking It. It's the Overdrinking It show. Not a 2-minute product review, which are fine, but this is the Overdrinking It show. This is legit, all right? This is real-time stuff. We are having a good time here. I am your host, as always, Adam. That's me. You see me all the time. You're sick of seeing me. So let me introduce some new people that are going to be helping out with the show today. They are, I have them muted. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. What is happening? How do I unmute?
We're unmuted.
You're unmuted. All right, I did it. Yay! It's Emily and Cody.
Hello.
Emily and Cody.
How are you?
I am fantastic. How are you folks?
Hey, we're doing good.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah, real good.
So why don't you go ahead and tell everybody who you are, and then we'll get into drinking stuff.
Sounds good. Want to go first?
Again, my name's Cody, and I wear many hats. I have been all over the internet as far as what?
Are any of your hats bedazzled?
No.
Not yet.
Well, maybe. I work at a resale shop, so I get a lot of different hats in, and I wear them occasionally. But in the metaphorical sense, I wear hats as though I do many tasks. So I manage a resale shop. That's actually been my family's business for a long time. But on the side, I do a lot of computer stuff and gaming, and I just like to be goofy and entertaining and as weird as possible, and for everyone's entertainment.
Hey, that's what we're here for, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm Emily. I am a middle school teacher because I apparently hate myself. Despite my chosen profession, what?
I have one middle school, like technically 2 middle schoolers, but I have one middle schooler, like actual middle school age at home, and you could not throw enough money at me to take up a hole. Like you couldn't pay me enough. 7 figures a year, nope, hard pass. I will go do something else.
Yeah, I do love my job, despite me saying apparently I hate myself. But I do love my job, but it is incredibly difficult, and middle schoolers are mean sometimes. And despite my choice of profession, a fun fact about me, since this is called the Overdrinking It show, I don't drink alcohol, which everybody thinks is shocking and alarming, and I also don't drink coffee, which everyone thinks is shocking and alarming. So, and I am just now kind of getting into the streaming thing as well in terms of games and other types of streams. So, yeah.
Awesome. We're going to hit on that a whole lot more here in a little bit. So, as we all know, the whole point of this show is to talk about what we're drinking and what we think of it and try new things and get out there and be adventurous. I myself tonight am channeling my inner juggalo, and I have a pineapple Faygo that I'm going to be consuming. I've had Faygo before, and I've had lots of pineapple sodas and pineapple drinks, but I've never had a pineapple Faygo. So we're going to give that a shot. And I love pineapple. It's my favorite fruit, berry, whatever it is. I don't know.
I'm with you.
It's delicious.
Berry?
Pineapple a berry?
I don't think that pineapples are berries.
I'm pretty sure I heard that somewhere.
They grow on a tree, though.
Don't
they?
Yeah.
Berries grow.
Are berries bushes? Are bush fruit?
Ooh.
But I guess a big bush could just be a tree. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Trees are just giant.
That's why I play
bushes.
video games. I don't know these things.
It's not a botanist.
Hopefully somebody on the internet will fact check us.
Oh, I'm sure.
Anybody on the internet's ever called anybody out on anything before.
No.
Maybe
everyone,
for the first time ever, that could be a thing.
Yeah.
Everybody on the internet is kind, always.
I don't even know if the internet knows if a pineapple's a berry.
Google knows everything. Don't question the Google.
Is this the new is a hot dog a sandwich debacle?
This could be.
Is a pineapple a berry?
A fight that starts.
Here's the thing, though. I think like whether or not a hot dog is a sandwich, you're kind of cutting down to like semantics. Whereas is a pineapple a berry? There's probably science behind that.
True.
That's fair.
And I can't speak for the rest of the internet, but on this show we believe in science. Okay, like I'm drawing the line in the sand right now. We believe in science here.
Makes sense.
I'm aboard with science.
Well, as a gaming guy who stays up way too late and plays too many video games, I'm trying a new 0-calorie sugar-free energy drink called Shoreline Shock. No, Shoreline.
Can't read.
I can't read. Adrenaline Shock. I was trying to read it backwards.
Where did you get shoreline at?
I saw the word line and then I read that as an S. I don't know.
None of that says shoreline.
None of that says shoreline. Adrenaline Shock. Shocking how bad I can't read.
Oh no.
It is a true shock to the adrenaline that's
Yeah, and that is peach mango, which I believe are both vegetables. So should be really good for me.
yes, it's accurate. Mangoes are clearly a vegetable, and then peaches are clearly disgusting.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
How did you describe them earlier?
They taste like feet, and feet are disgusting.
Or feed.
Feet.
Therefore, peaches are disgusting.
Oh. Well,
They're an abomination.
so
Anyway.
yeah.
Well,
I
I actually have 2 drinks because one I chose for the show.
Whoa, overachiever here.
She's
Well,
overdrinking.
I'm over drinking it. But I chose one. So the first one I chose is this new drink called So Pure. It's a protein drink and it's Alpine Punch. It's probably not going to be very good.
It has that look about it, doesn't it?
It does. It has no sugar, so it's not going to be any good. Basically. But we're going to try it anyway. It's a protein drink and it says 20 grams of protein from 100% whey protein isolate. Meaning I'm going to take one drink of this and be like, that's enough.
Yeah, I bet it tastes like red water.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's that first drink that I picked.
Or like metal.
But then while we were buying our drinks, it came to Cody's attention that I have never tried a grapefruit soda called Squirt. And so he suggested that I also buy this and also try this because if I've had it, I don't remember.
How have you not had a Squirt? Like,
I don't know.
So, okay, little inside baseball here for those of you who don't know. Emily's my sister.
Ah.
We didn't mention that at the top of the show because this is the first time I publicly acknowledged that she's my sister in like
Freaking rude.
15 years. We grew up drinking Squirt. Like, that's a thing. How she's never had one is beyond me. I can't even fathom it.
And I have a really good memory. Like, I remember the dumbest stuff. And so I would remember having drank. I just don't remember. Maybe I have, but I don't remember drinking it ever.
I don't have the memory to defend myself and say, oh, yeah, I definitely remember you drinking that. I don't remember what I did yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, I can't say 100% sure you did, but I'm shocked to find out that you haven't.
Yeah. So, again, maybe I have, but my memory is telling me I have not. But like I said, maybe I'll drink it and then all of my memories will come flooding back to me. I'll have like an out of body experience. Like all my memories will come floating back to me. I don't know.
That'd be intense.
That would be true internet gold right there. That's
yes.
Really...
I'm ready. I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get to it. I will kick things off.
Yeah.
As the host. That's my prerogative. I'm also really thirsty because I've been building a fence for the last 3 days.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I might be a little dehydrated.
Soda will definitely
Pineapple soda
help.
should definitely help.
Yeah, well, I've already drank like 2 gallons of Gatorade and
okay.
all the water and all the tea in the house. So whatever. Okay.
All right. You smell it?
It smells very pineapple-y.
I'm excited for you.
It's got a lot of pineapple berry smell to it.
Berry smell. I'm excited for you. And
you know, it's okay.
Oh.
It's not the delight that I was hoping for. The flavor is a little bit sweeter than I'd like.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm okay with that. I think it's fine. It's just it's a little bit sweeter than I was expecting. I was expecting more like a Jarritas or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Hispanic sodas that have like the pineapple in them that are really like that's like the pinnacle of pineapple soda. Just for anybody at home
It's true.
wondering.
What about
It's
Vess?
good. It's fine.
Is it Voss? Vess.
I'm gonna keep drinking it.
Vess.
Is it Vess?
Vess.
Oh, I thought it was Voss.
Is Vest still around? Do they still make Vest soda?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's at the Schnucks. Now
Oh,
we're in Missouri, so
right here in central Indiana, there's like nothing like that.
yeah.
We got Faygo everywhere.
Nothing
Juggalos as far as
wrong
the
with that.
eye can see.
Wrong with
There's
that.
just juggalos running amok. All right, you gonna try yours?
Well, you got two, so why don't you do one, and then I'll do mine,
Okay.
and then you do yours.
Should I save this for the finale?
We could do that.
Okay, maybe
There's no
maybe
rule-
I'll
Finish
drink
it
this
off
last.
your experience of what?
Okay,
Heaven
I'm
tastes
gonna
like.
try my So Pure protein drink Alpine Punch. Guys, it's gonna be bad. Okay, if I can open it. No, I got it.
I'm not helping.
I got it. Girl power. Okay.
What's it smell like?
Ooh, it smells like cough medicine.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
Awesome. That's the best
Oh
thing ever.
no.
That's a really bad sign, guys. I'm not feeling confident. I'm like nervous. I'm like having
Why?
flashbacks of having a cold when I was a kid.
It's not a good start. Okay. So she didn't throw up. So that's a good start.
That is the first rule. Like we try to not throw up. And once you get
Yeah.
past that, everything else is.
Yeah.
It's somehow wet and dry at the same time.
Like wine? It's like a fine wine.
It doesn't taste. It's not the worst thing I've ever drank,
Okay.
but it's also not my favorite thing I've ever drank. It just is like, I can't even really tell you. It tastes kind of like a fruit punch, but like it just left my mouth feeling
What
kind
flavor
of
is it
dry.
supposed to taste like?
Alpine Punch, which is
Alpine.
nothing. Which Alpine
probably is
It's
weird.
mountainous.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. And
That's
what
not
kind
a flavor.
Honestly, that also I feel like that could also be a title for like a men's body wash.
Probably is.
Alpine
Axe.
Punch.
Alpine Punch. It smelled like cough syrup, but like every time I take a drink, it leaves my mouth feeling very dry.
That's
It has
that's
kind of
alright.
a weird aftertaste. I can't put my finger on what it is though.
You keep drinking it, so it can't be that bad.
Yeah, I mean. you keep
I'm
going
trying
back
to figure
more,
out what
so-
the aftertaste is.
That's the Alpine.
It's the mountains.
Alpine. The punch will kind of go away after a little bit, but that Alpine will stick with you for a little while. That's my
The
experience with Alpines.
it's the taste of the mountains calling to me.
Apparently.
It's I wouldn't buy it again. All right, it's you.
All right, let's try some Shoreline.
Some Shoreline punch.
Shoreline Shock.
Shoreline
Feet Mango. Apparently.
peach mango.
Peach Mango.
Shoreline.
Adrenaline Shock. It didn't explode.
Oh gosh.
As I'm the only one getting a canned beverage.
You didn't smell it. Oh no.
It smells like peach mango. Actually, it's quite good. It tastes almost identical to the Bang that they have as peach mango. I would say it's almost identical. So it probably just comes from the same place, and they just can it differently at this point. But
It's like sweet.
it's very sweet. It's got a little bit of a tartness to it, which is probably the peach.
Or the mango.
Could be the mango. But no, it's good
They're
flavor.
both vegetables.
It's good flavor. I'm curious to see how jazzed it makes me in like 20 minutes. And if it keeps me
Gosh.
awake or not. So
We'll stick around and we'll see how that goes.
yeah,
We'll,
I'll keep slurping it down here, and we'll be good to go.
It's gonna get all jittery, like going crazy.
Breaking out.
that's the great thing. I could get them all hopped up on sugar, and then he's your problem. It's like
Yeah.
saying My kids are the
It's
grandparents.
zero
now.
sugar, actually. So it's
Yeah.
all hopped up on
Caffeine.
chemicals and good things that you should consume.
Yes.
Well, actually, he's the internet's problem tonight because he's streaming later. So
Well, there you go.
he's not my problem. He's the internet's problem
Oh yeah,
as he streams. So
it's gonna be. Awesome.
yeah. Should I try the squirt now or should I try it later?
Let's do it now. Let's do the
Okay.
damn thing.
All right, we're trying squirt.
All right.
Grapefruit soda.
Incoming.
Grapefruit soda. Soda. Anybody else? Grapefruit riot.
Nope. Ooh.
Weird Al. Come on.
There's a good
Thank
crisp
you.
to that. There's a good crisp to that.
Thank you for laughing at my Weird Al reference.
I didn't
Okay.
want to cheers with that one, but I'll cheers to this one.
Oh, cheers. Okay, we're gonna smell it. We gotta smell it a little bit. It smells more like orangey. Am I gonna love this?
I hope so. I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
It's not like too much.
We could have told you that.
Yeah. In fact, I did tell you
Shut
that.
it, shut it, shut it, shut it, shut it. No, I like it. That's really good.
It's Squirt.
It's great. It's
a
good.
bomb.
I like it a lot. I
Nobody
really
buys
like,
it, but it's really good.
but it's an option.
It's not good enough to get, but it's good enough to have.
Nobody buys it, but it's an option.
They're still making it. So either they made a
Hey.
whole bunch of it and it just holds forever, or somebody's
Actually,
buying it.
probably accurate.
It's like
It was on the lowest shelf at QT. It was
Sure.
at the very bottom shelf.
because I really like lemon lime sodas. Like I like Sprites and like 7-Up and stuff like that. And so like this is a good it's like a good variation on that. Like obviously it's not lemon lime flavored, but like it feels like it fits well into that family. It is a very disturbing color.
Well, do you like grapefruits?
It's like a murky.
Yeah, it's got that. It's a grapefruit soda. It's gonna be like Fresca or
Yeah.
one of
It's
those.
supposed to look like
I've
that.
never had that either.
It's supposed to look.
What?
Oh,
What
what do you What do you want me to do? I remember drinking Vest growing up. Vest soda, grape and orange soda.
We also drink a lot of Shasta.
We also drink a lot of Shasta. That's true also. Shasta was probably more accurate. And those rainbow buddy drinks. We got drink a lot of those too. You could buy like 100 of them for like $2.
I recently had one of those like Kool-Aid, like blue Kool-Aid twist things that were like the little plastic bottles.
Oh,
And I thought I remembered as a kid being like, these are the most delicious things on the whole planet. And then I drank one and it is garbage. Regular Kool-Aid and then like mixed up in the powder, that is bomb. But this
And
the
the
little
little
plastic thing, it tasted like plastic. It tasted like the
Hmm.
plastic.
I'm going to
well, it's
continue
not a good
more
drinking it.
plastic than it is Kool-Aid.
But kids love them, I guess. I don't know.
I like this. This is good.
Do you like Squirt better than this?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, okay, good. Mission accomplished.
This just had a weird. I'm gonna make Nolan drink it
All
later
right.
and be like, what does this taste like?
It's official. Grapefruits are better than the Alpines.
Yeah, suck it, Alpines.
Basically. That's what
Yeah.
it boils down to.
All right. Well, we're going to keep sipping on our drinks here, and we're going to move on to our guest topic. Normally, I'm going to let the guest pick their topic, what they kind of want to talk about, just anything and everything while we're enjoying our libations. It's a fancy word for drinks.
No,
Oh,
I feel pretty good about that.
you should.
Yeah.
I learned that in a movie.
Yeah, I
You
saw it
said-
on the back of a bottle of whiskey. So,
Then
same.
yeah,
But this time, I reached out to these two in particular to talk about something that I'm just kind of peripherally aware of, but they're both into, and I kind of wanted to get their take on it and kind of see what information they had for me that I don't already have. And that is, we want to talk about streaming and the stream culture and whatever all that is. Again, I just barely aware of its existence. So the floor is yours.
oh,
Well, I'll kick us off and you can add
Yeah.
in little bits here. I got into streaming probably just a couple years ago, which is actually kind of late compared to some of the guys who have been doing this for, 7 to 10 years almost now, since, really it started to kick off. And I actually just recently saw kind of some statistics on different websites, and the website Twitch definitely, for at least gaming and a lot of other topics, really holds the majority of the viewership. YouTube is catching up, and Facebook is trying but failing almost miserably. And then a couple other sites. Mixer is Microsoft's Twitch, basically, and they're trying to kind of get their foot in by getting some really big names to sign specific contracts with them. So there's a lot of big business involved in it, but the cool thing that I really like about it is that it provides anybody the chance to be themselves on the internet and put themselves out there. And if you're entertaining enough and work hard at it, I've realized that I knew it was going to be hard work when I started doing it, and I only started doing it for like actually streaming myself maybe a month ago, and it's already just proven to be more work than I already thought it was going to be. And it just takes a lot of thinking and thought processing and hard work and just configuring everything out. And I'm still working on it and still improving every single day. You just find new ways to like improve upon it. But it lets somebody who's just me, who's working, a regular job, to share just fun times that he has online with other people and with Emily and with other friends of mine, and just be entertaining and fun. And weirdly enough, some people actually enjoy watching it, and we've made some friends over the last couple of weeks that are into it as well, and they're new streamers too, so we help each other out. It's very much like a community that you start to like build. So instead of just like going on there and you're creating almost like an episode of a show that, if you go and watch any show that you enjoy, whether it's a sitcom or any animated show or anything like that, you don't get to interact with the people that are there making it or the actors or anything. You just watch the show and consume the content, where this is very much like you're just experiencing actually life with these people, and they become part of your everyday life, and you communicate with them over social media, and you're just connected in so many ways that it's entertainment that you feel like responsible with and
invested in,
and very invested in, and
yeah,
not only money, but like you can support those people. So if they do pay me, if they do sub to me, if they do, even like some people will donate to me and just give me money outright just to keep that entertainment going and keep that relationship going, just because it provides me the opportunity to do it. So it's really cool.
I think something that we've learned in the last, like, really, I would say in the last month, is just that, like, I don't know, how you always talk about like when someone has like a kid, you're like, oh, it like takes a village. Like, we need other people like helping us like raise our child. Like, we're learning actually that same exact lesson with streaming, because we are small streamers and we are connecting with other small streamers who are trying to build a community and support one another to get more and more people watching your content and joining in on your streams. And so like, we've met people strictly through streaming, and we have people who we like talk to every day now that we met through either through one of our streams or through watching somebody else, like another small streamer, stream a game that we're interested in or a game that we also like to play. And it's just really interesting, like the opportunities for building your community with other small streamers who are just trying to do exactly what you're trying to do, but also finding a way to make it different than what other people are doing. Not just doing the exact same things that everyone else is doing.
That's excellent. It sounds like, I mean, from the little bit that I've seen from it, because like I'm on social media, and I have like these Twitter fans, people that I follow and interact with on Twitter and all that. But we're talking about what we've done with games or the games we've played. This is more like you're playing the game right now, and they're giving you immediate feedback on, oh, you should have done this, or oh, hey, that was really cool the way you did. And that seems like it kind of tightens that community up.
Mhm.
in a neat little way. You know, like again, I'm not into it. I've watched you guys stream a couple of times.
Mhm.
I hopped on whenever I've had a few extra minutes, and you guys were streaming just when schedules match up. And it's been interesting to watch. And then I've watched streams from like the Final Fantasy V 4-job fiesta that they do every summer.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of tension and a lot of like drama in that we're all collectively sharing.
Mhm.
You know, last year we're waiting for the fiesta to kick off, and there's like this big battle going on, and like you're waiting and waiting for them to finally, like, once they defeat the final boss in the stream, then the fiesta kicks off, and we all get to play our own games and stream them if we want to and all that. And I don't know how that works, but you know, everybody collectively watching that, thousands of us involved in just watching what's going to happen and seeing how it's all going to go down, and then the tension of, oh my god, they're almost dead, and
Yeah.
then I mean,
And
it's an interesting thing that I think more people would be into if they knew more about it.
yeah, and I think a lot of times, like, because I often hear people, like, they'll joke about, like, oh, they're watching somebody play video games. Why don't you just go play that video game? And it's like, I actually used to feel the exact same way. I was like, I don't really understand the fun in like watching somebody else play a video game when I could just go play it myself. But once I started watching people and watching Let's Plays and gameplays, and even like watching Cody play, like when we just had one PC, like watching him play, I realized how like invested I could get in somebody else's progress in a game that I'm not even playing. And like I can feel stress for them as if I'm watching, as if I'm watching a movie where, the main character is in a battle and they might die, like, or they might not win in the end. And so I think sometimes people might look at streaming as like, just seems so silly. Why would you watch somebody else play a game when you could go play it? But it's actually so much more than that. And we try to have fun with it, where Cody will be like, all right, like, we play Overwatch. Overwatch has a large variety of heroes that you can play as. And so he'll even engage with the chat and say, all right, like, which hero should I play? First person who puts it in the chat, I'll play that hero. Or I'll dedicate this game. If I win this game, that you get to pick the hero I play as. Or what skin should I wear? Just like little
just
things like that.
Getting them involved with
Mhm.
your experience, again, just helps make that connectivity. And the coolest thing is that with Twitch, there's so many different ways to interact with the person that's streaming, and whether that's like monetization, like actually paying the money, or if it's just in the chat. Because one of the things I love most about Twitch is that it is completely free. You never have to pay anybody a cent if you don't want to. It's content that you create for people, and if people want to watch you, it's free. It's free to do, and it's just a website you go to and you create an account and you're good to go. And so that's one of the things that I love the most about that, and the way that the content that people consume is changing, to where, I mean, even nowadays looking at cable TV is like, people don't even want to do that because it's like $80 and you feel like you're just watching commercials and that's it. Where it's like now it's Netflix and Hulu and HBO, everybody's got a subscription and different things like that. Where Twitch is, again, you can subscribe to people, but that's paying that specific person to do it. So you're not paying Twitch or you're not paying like Netflix to run everything. And you're not just shoveling money into their pockets and doing all that. Now, Twitch, of course, gets a cut of all that, but it goes directly to helping somebody make a living, or to even just keep making the stuff that they want to do. And that's what I think makes it unique, and it's kind of where media is going. And even farther into that, like if you want to really go down that rabbit hole of, there are sporting events. I mean, Overwatch as a whole has their own league. It's been in 3 years. Call of Duty has a league. Fortnite has tournaments. Halo has leagues. I mean, there's esports like crazy. And
even older games have like leagues.
There's huge money in it for people who win these tournaments and do all these things. And there are people who go that route and, go like the professional route because they get crazy good at one game, and people just watch that one guy play that one game every day, and it's just entertaining to do that. But you can find somebody who's actually, I just like that person's personality. They can play whatever they want, and I just like to engage with them. So when you start doing Twitch, you really have to like decide what you're going to be. Am I going to be really good at one game and find a family that loves that one game and wrap around that? Or do I want to be a personality that I can play anything, but people actually like the person? And so that's kind of the route that I was going, mainly because I'm not good at crazy good at one game. I like to have fun with as many games as possible and just be as variety streamers is kind of the word that they call you. But I always like to kind of push it back to, if you're going to watch somebody play football and you want to say, well, why don't you just go play football? Well, if it's raining or I'm not built to be a football player or I just like watching football, it's the same thing with a video game. I might love to watch this person play Call of Duty, but I stink at it. And so it's more fun to watch them play it than actually do it. Or I don't want to go out and shovel out the $400 to buy a console or the couple thousand to build a PC that works for it, And so I can watch somebody who has that ability. Same thing with football. I can watch somebody who can throw a football is better than me trying to throw a football and just hitting the linebacker in the back of the head. So it just kind of depends. And yeah, there's just so much out there to consume, and it's just fun.
And along with like being a talking about like variety streamers, it's also not just like Twitch, I think, started as like this conglomerate for like gaming, but it actually has branched into being more than just gaming. And so you can get on there and there's all these different categories of types of games or things that are going on. There's like even just like a just chatting like section where people are just on there just hanging out with their people who follow them and just chatting and being like, hey, let's talk about whatever. But like for me personally, like I do like streaming gaming. I will stream Overwatch sometimes with Cody. But like for me personally, I'm streaming more like The Sims and doing like various challenges in terms of like the game The Sims. I also stream read alouds. So like I have like an illustrated book that I'm doing a read aloud of, and I'm reading through chapters of illustrated books.
Okay, so it's more than just, like the gaming is what I've seen. It's part of the culture that I've come up against, just because of who I am. But it's more than, like with Twitch specifically, even it's more than just games. It's streaming music. Anything.
I know people who will get on there, they'll live stream playing music, taking requests, just trying to build a community around like their music. And like I said, like I've been doing read alouds, and I know other people have done similar things where they're reading a chapter of a book or they're doing like a kid's reading. And then I'm not sure what the market is for this, but we're trying something new where we're actually going to be hosting weekly trivia nights, because it's live on Twitch and people can interact and they can participate in the chat. And so it's just like another type of way to interact with our community, and for people who maybe aren't gamers to come on and say, oh, I can do trivia about Parks and Rec and The Office. Oh, I can do trivia about movies, like whatever the topic is. It's just like finding ways to engage and like extend your community maybe outside of just one thing, just video game, just Overwatch, or just Halo, or Call of Duty, whatever. Trying to be variety, but be variety either within variety of video games, or like for me, I'm not very good at video games. I have fun playing video games, but I'm not super good at them. So finding other things that I can stream that's going to be interesting and fun for people who follow me, that they're going to enjoy and they're going to want to come back and hang out more.
Awesome. It sounds like it's almost like taking what you want to do, taking what you enjoy, and just being able to find a way to share it with as many people as possible. Ultimately it's social media on steroids is what Basically. It sounds like from where I'm sitting. It's how can I interact with the people that I want to interact with, the people that enjoy the same things that I enjoy, but at a much faster pace. It's not about, oh, I really enjoyed playing, this game, or I really enjoyed reading this book. I'm going to post about it on, my Instagram account. And then all of a sudden you're talking to people about it, like, oh, I don't really remember that part. I have to go back for it. Or, you're trying to sort through all of that. It's in the moment. when I played through this part of the game right now, people are talking about it right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an immediate,
Yeah.
I don't say immediate gratification, but there's an immediacy to it
Mm-hmm.
that I think that provides a lot more opportunity to interact than what we're seeing with traditional social medias, with Facebooks and Twitters and things like that.
Yeah, and I think one of the interesting things about the industry that it's kind of working with, which is creating this original content, because so hypothetically speaking, if you were to record yourself playing a like song or something, or using some sort of thing that is copyrighted, and trying to make money off of somebody else's invention, normally that gets copyrighted, you get taken down or you get reported or whatever the heck ends up happening. What's funny is that this industry of video games, they want you to play your game in front of everybody. So it's this switcheroo kind of mentality of you actually are promoting something for a company for free, essentially, for that company. It's free publicity for these people. So they'll give streamers, especially the big ones, they'll give them big deals on play our game. We'll pay you to just play our game. And that's kind of like the culture around the really popular guys. The guys have a huge following. They'll do that. And I've seen anybody go from, I'm sure there's people who have been paid to read books, or pretty sure there's people that have been paid to cover songs, or I know that there's been streamed concerts, especially nowadays where we're all stuck at home. There have been people who have celebrities who have done concerts from their house, and I'm sure that they've probably been on Twitch, but I know there's been some on YouTube for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I watched Dave Matthews do a charity concert, and it was super neat. We were in his house, and he was super friendly, and he was just like, I don't know how this is all going to work, but I'm going to play a couple songs. And it was super cool to just see him in that element. And it humanized him. And I think that that's something that people really like to see, because we see these celebrities and we just think of them as so, they're so out there and so Hollywood-esque, and they're so different that I am nothing like them. But to see somebody who's like, wow, that person is exactly like me. They're into the same music or the same games. That's the coolest thing is if you're streaming Overwatch, everybody who's who finds you also likes Overwatch. So immediately off the bat, you have something in common. And I think that's what helps really drive that community, no matter what you're doing. And I think the funniest thing is that just chatting section is almost consistently the second or third most watched category.
Yeah.
Which is just seeing people. And
it's literally just people hanging out like this.
Yeah.
They're chatting, they're interacting with the chat. People are chatting in saying, oh, hey, or hey, what are you reading right now? What are you playing right now? And you just talk.
That's awesome. I almost wonder, because hearing you talk about it, the video game industry is really open to it.
Yeah.
With they're actively seeking people to play their games and get that out in front of people.
Yep.
Do you think the television industry or the movie industry or anything like that, do you think we'll ever get to a point where that's part of that culture as well, where we're live streaming movies and people are talking about them as they're happening? Or do you think that this is something that gaming specifically has lent itself to, and that we're TV and movies aren't ever going to catch up to that?
Personally, I think that this is something that's going to be pretty specific to video games. And here's why. Because with a movie, I can watch the movie and I'll know how it ends. But when I play a video game, just because it went one way for him doesn't mean it's going to go one way for me. Doesn't mean that I'm going to take the same route that he took. It doesn't mean that if we play the exact same map in Overwatch 10 times, that the game is going to go the exact same way every single time. Even if we played against the exact same team every single time, not every game is going to go the exact same. And so I think with video games, I can get on Twitch and I could sit and I could watch Cody, or I could watch J3, or I could watch one of these big streamers for 10 hours, play Overwatch or play whatever. But I can still buy that game, and my experience is going to be pretty unique to me because of the hero I choose to play, because of how I choose, the decisions that I make personally. But with television and movies and things like that, once you've seen it, you have that in your head and it's not going to change. Yeah. And so I don't think that the movie industry or the television industry, I don't even think that they're interested because it's about money, right? It's about, a lot of it's about money. And so if someone is live streaming the new Jurassic World movie, I'm not going to go spend money at the movie theater to watch it. And that's what they're hoping that you do. So for me personally, I think that this is something that's fairly specific to video games for that reason of just how unique of an experience it can be literally every single time, even if you were playing the exact same game. I don't know.
Well, and I think there are a couple of like areas where they sort of get really close to lining up. And the only reason I say there are a few like instances, there's one game that just came out. I'm actually curious. It's got an actress that I like just recently saw on like a show, and I was just scrolling through the games list on Steam, and which, if you don't know, is a computer thing that you can buy games from. It's a big library.
Like a PC program.
Yeah, so it's you can buy a bunch of games from Steam, and I was scrolling through it, and I saw this actress on the cover of one of these games. So I clicked on it. I was like, oh, I wonder like what this is about, because she wasn't digital. She wasn't like a CGI remake of that person. It was her actual face. And so I was like, okay, either graphics got way better than I thought, or it's actually her. And so I clicked on it, and it's a movie that is completely interactive. And so they shot multiple ways of doing this movie, but then you select which path. So it's very much like those old Pathfinder books, like, you know,
choose your adventure.
Go to page this if you choose this, you know, and then you know, oh, I didn't mean to do that, and you switch, go back. Right. But that's how people actually do those books. But it's very similar to that way, where it's
you wanted to go back to.
Yeah. Like, I didn't. I picked the other one because I got killed in the dragon. So yeah, I know what you mean. But it was really, I'm really curious. I'm just curious as to do it. I don't know if it's actually going to be good, but that was very much one of those things where it kind of crossed, where it's clearly it's a camera and actors playing a role, and it's telling a story, but it's a way that they can interact with it, and you can actually start choosing that different route. Now, I don't know how many different ways they've filmed endings, so there could be anywhere from 4 to 20 different ways that this movie ends, or there's different pathways, and somehow they, you know, it's just really creative.
They did that on Netflix. There was like an episode of Black Mirror that did it. Kimmy Schmidt had a Kimmy Schmidt movie that is an interactive, like, choose your own adventure type thing. So they are kind of at times, but still, like Netflix, you have to buy the subscription in order to, it's not like it's being streamed for free.
Yeah, I definitely think, just to like answer the question more directly, like I definitely think TV in its traditional sense is going to take viewership loss as these types of entertainment become more relevant and more prominent, because there are streamers that can go for 6, 7, 8, 10, sometimes 24-hour streams and grab people's attention for that long. A lot of times those like really long ones are for charity, or they do it as a challenge, or you know, or they trying to reach a sub goal, and so they'll stream until they get to that goal or something like that. But it's the more, because those, you know, your favorite episode, they film so much of it and it comes out and you watch it and then it's over. I mean, and think about like Netflix and how they'll release a whole season, and then binge watching has become a thing. It's the same thing with a streamer. You can binge watch this guy for as long as he streams, forever. And then after his stream ends, he's got past streams that are saved in these archives that you can watch, or clips that you can watch. So you could binge watch one guy play the same thing, or play the same similar game, or any games that he's played, and you can spend all day and not get through his whole library of content. And so, because TV shows have this, their production is really high, but their output is small. Where a streamer, their production isn't as big, but their output is more. And because streamers are more engaging than a TV show or a movie, give or take, then that holds people's attention more. So that's why I think those industries are going to take a hit from this growing in popularity. But I mean, it'll always have that spot. I mean, they're not going to have that production value. So you're not going to see a streamer make something as loved and beloved as like the Avengers or something that's watched that much by that many people. Movies are not going anywhere. TV is not going to go anywhere, but it is going to take some hit as far as total viewership, I think.
Yeah.
Right. The way we consume television and movies and all that has changed over the last 5-10 years anyway.
For sure.
It's going to be interesting to see what streaming does to those industries and to see how immediate can we get new content. And I think, like you said, with a television show or with Netflix, they film it and they put out this finite amount of content. Whereas somebody who's streaming, like when you guys go on and stream, every time you go on there, you're creating new content.
Right.
And you can create as much content as you have time.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas I can watch a lot more TV than I have time for.
Right. And what's fun about Twitch, something that I think is really fun, is like if I'm watching a stream, or if somebody is watching me stream or watching Cody stream, and something happens in the game that they're like, that was so cool, or that was so much fun, or that was hilarious, they actually can personally clip parts of your stream to like save. So, we're talking about being able to go onto somebody else's page and catch their past streams, but also like another part of that interaction is putting in the chat, oh my gosh, that was so cool, but also being able to say, I clipped that for you. Like I went and I took a clip of your stream of that really cool thing or that really funny, dumb thing that you did. And like, they were able to help you and be a part of like creating more content for you, but also content that's like, I enjoyed that, so I'm going to clip that and I will have that in my archives of clips I've made because that was really funny or whatever, or for whatever reason you would do that.
It's content creation by committee.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
You've got a whole group of people.
Yeah, and it's just amazing that how, again, that community then just supports you through that way and through hundreds of other ways. Because when you do subscribe, usually the subscription cost is about $5. And what that gets you is usually it means if that particular streamer is monetized, which means that they do have ads that run on there if you don't subscribe to them. So when you subscribe, and it's all dependent on the particular streamer, because they can set all these settings in their own personal stream. They can have ads run, and they will make, it's not very much. It's like maybe a penny every time it's watched. But you can watch ads on those streams. But if you subscribe and pay that $4.99, those will be gone, and that subscription lasts for a month. And what's really neat is that Twitch is actually owned by Amazon. So Amazon actually owns Twitch as a company. And so with that integration, if you have Amazon Prime, you get one free subscription to any streamer you want, and that streamer gets a majority of that subscription. So it actually doesn't go back to Twitch very much. So one of the best ways that anybody can do it, again, while not costing you a thing, is subscribing with Twitch Prime. So if you have Prime, you connect it to your Twitch account, and you can subscribe to one person every month for free, and that supports that person.
What?
You're already signed up for that because you're already using Amazon Prime.
Right.
So yeah, you just have to link the accounts so that they know that you're the same person. And once you've done that, it's just a little button, and it'll be like, do you want to subscribe for free? And then you just say yes. That person gets that subscription, so they get that. And with that is also fun because you can, for subscribers, you can add little emotes that people can use in the chat, and you can make goofy ones of my face or of a funny like meme or something stupid that you can unlock the more times you subscribe. So there's tiers of subscription, so you can buy a full 3-tier subscription for like $20, and you'll get all these emotes that the streamer made, and then you'll also get sometimes special statuses where you'll get so a lot of big streamers will have like sub-only streams, so they'll do like, and everybody's stream within the last hour of the stream, they'll do it subs only, and so you'll get added special content for doing that. So it's not just, hey, I'm going to just give this person money because I want to make sure that they keep making this, but I also am actually getting fun interactive ways to actually do it back. So there's a lot of perks, that come with subbing, and just supporting that person in general.
And a lot of that comes down, it sounds like it comes down to the creator and what kind of content they want to create. And it seems like whoever the creators are, have a lot of power. They have a lot of decisions to make. Like, what do I want to do? What can I do for my people?
Mhm.
And I think, you find the right people as a subscriber, you can
Yeah.
really influence those people. They can influence you, and it seems like everybody wins in those kind of situations.
Mhm.
So it's a fascinating world, it sounds
It
like.
is.
And I feel like we've just scratched the surface, but
I'm with you. I mean, we've just, like I said, we have not been doing this very long. I've been watching Twitch a lot more than I've been actually on it. I've wanted to stream for ages, but we finally we've both got computers that I've built in the last couple of years, and finally gotten to that point where I feel comfortable like doing it. Because what I didn't want to do was start putting out content that I wasn't happy with or proud of. I wanted to start off on a good foot and have content that people actually enjoyed. And it would be way better if my stinking webcam would show up, but I'm still bitter about that. But once that comes, and like I said, it's just every single day it's improving and just growing. But like you said earlier, it changes so quickly, and there's new games come out. You just have to keep up. So like I said, it's a lot of work, but people do genuinely want to support you in that. And so the way that Twitch works is you've got different statuses. So when you just start out, you're not making anything, and all you can really do is get followers. But once you get to a certain point, you get affiliate status, which means people can start subscribing to you, can actually start making some money. But then you won't become a partner until you've reached certain statistics
It's a lot.
on an average scale, and that's a lot harder to get to. So you have to build up a following and actually kind of have that community that gets anywhere from 75 to 100 viewers on average. And so once you get to that point, you get to become a partner. And then once you're a partner, then you can start earning a lot more money, so that you get a more revenue from each subscriber. And then Twitch actually, I think, interacts with you more as a streamer, and they start supporting you more. And then actually you can get picked up by franchises or sponsored or doing all sorts of stuff. And that's where you can start to do it full time and, actually make a career out of it, which is kind of crazy. I don't know if that'll ever happen.
it's crazy to think that's a possibility, though. People are doing that right now. They're out there making a living playing video games, and not even playing video games particularly well all the time.
Right. So, and like I said, sometimes they're just chatting. Right. There'll be people who just are a personality that people love to interact with.
They're like, I don't feel like playing.
Millions of dollars. It's insane.
Well, if somebody wanted to follow you on Twitch, where could they do that? How could they go about that?
Yeah, so you can go to any one of my socials, which you can just find me at Kudadewski, which is my full name. She's going to write it down for you. But to follow anybody on Twitch, you can go to Twitch, or you can type in just in the URL twitch.tv. Is it / or backslash? I always forget which. It's one of the forward slashes or backslashes.
Slash.
That way. And then just that name, Kudadewski. And then you'll be able to follow me there. And once you follow me, you get notified anytime I go live. And then, like I said, if you've got Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free. And again, if you want, and I'm still working things out, kinks and everything.
That's him.
So this is how you can read it. Is it mirrored?
I don't know.
KOODADOOSKI. Twitch.tv / Kudadewski.
That's him.
And that is the exact name I go with on all of my socials. So Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that.
And then mine, I'm going to write out mine for you too. So mine is twitch.tv. I'm making sure I can't talk and write at the same time. Oh gosh. I've been online teaching for too long. Twitch.tv / Maz Kenyanada. I go by Maz online, but my full thing is Maz Kenyanada. I'm on Twitter under that exact same name. And that's where you'll get a lot of my streaming information at, in terms of streams that are upcoming and things like that. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you guys for coming on and talking about stream culture. Like I said, it's always interested me. It's always fascinated me. I've never understood it. I'm not techie at all. Like, they could tell you, like, I struggled for, probably 5 minutes trying to get the stupid webcam to work. Like, if I can't do it on my phone, I can't do it. So, again, it's fascinating. The esports, which I'd love to do a deep dive on sometime.
Yeah.
Once I get my head around that.
Yeah, it's a whole nother whole
That's a
nother.
whole other thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, and we try to stream fairly consistently. We have a few streams that we have scheduled like throughout the week, and then sometimes we'll stream just like we'll decide, hey, you want to stream last minute? But we have a few that we have scheduled throughout the week, and so basically Tuesday through Thursday, you can find us on one of our pages at around 7:00 every evening.
Yep.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
Well, real quick before we get off of here, let's circle back on our drinks. Cody, are you buzzing, man?
I feel good. I'm not. I'm about halfway, a little over halfway. I will say the like aftertaste after like a long time isn't great. But like I said, to me, I feel better about drinking this because it's just got less garbage in it than like a Monster or something crazy. So I don't feel like I'm gonna crash. But the kind of aftertaste, it's not horrible, but definitely not enjoyable. So you might want to drink it and then maybe get something a little more tasty afterwards that you like.
Drink it for the pick me up, but not necessarily like leave that taste lingering too much. Maybe wash it down with a squirt.
There you go.
Will drink again.
Yeah.
I mean, I would. How about would drink again? I'm enjoying this.
No.
No. It's weird.
Yeah. So I am enjoying my Faygo more than I was at the beginning of the show, and I don't know if the sweetness, I've just gotten used to it, or I'm telling you, I'm really dehydrated. Like I lost 8 pounds in the last 3 days.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm dying. It's fine. It's fine. I'll live maybe. I don't know, but the sweetness has subsided just a little bit. I'm getting more of the pineapple and some of the other flavors that are in it. The carbonated water and the high fructose corn syrup. Getting a little more of that. I love it. Yeah, it's not bad. I recommend. I mean, it's Faygo. You can't really go wrong with a Faygo.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. Anything else for the listeners, viewers, whatever we end up having here?
No, I think we hope to see you guys on our streams.
Yeah. Definitely say hi.
Warzone Wednesdays and then Twitch Trivia Night on Thursdays are two consistent
really
ones.
Consistent nights, yeah. So those 2 days you can definitely catch us. But like I said, I usually put up a schedule of what I'm doing. I try to Sunday nights. So you'll have the whole schedule for the rest of the week and what I'll be playing or doing. So definitely just check that out and
come hang out with us.
Yeah, come enjoy it, and hopefully we see you there.
Fantastic. Like he said, Cody is at Kudadewski.
Yep.
Emily is at Maz Kenyanata.
Yep.
And you can find me, as always, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, at Fraud Syndrome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.